What if the fats you've been told were your allies for heart health, the ones praised in wellness magazines, advertised as clean, natural, and senior safe, were actually doing quiet damage behind the scenes? What if every slice of so-called healthy toast with avocado, every cup of creamy coffee, every spoonful of nut-packed pudding was slowly weighing down your legs, stiffening your joints, and clouding your memory? It sounds extreme. But new research is sounding the alarm. Scientists are now identifying 4 specific fats commonly found in foods targeted at older adults that may be accelerating aging from the inside out. These fats don't just raise cholesterol. They trigger silent inflammation. They shrink muscle tissue. And they block circulation to critical areas, especially in your legs and brain. One study even recorded a 41% drop in leg strength in just 90 days, with no injury and no illness. The culprit. A fat labeled as heart healthy hiding in plain sight on your dinner plate. In this episode, we'll reveal the full list. The 4 worst fats to avoid at all costs after 60 and the 4 you should be eating instead to regain strength, improve blood flow, and reduce pain. We'll count down from least to most damaging and from mildly helpful to shockingly powerful. And trust me, the final fat on the list isn't just healthy, it's been clinically shown to rebuild damaged cartilage and reduce joint pain by over 60%. So don't skip ahead. Because the first one we're about to expose, it might already be in your morning cup of coffee and it could be working against your legs every single day. It's such a small habit. A splash of creamer in your morning coffee. Maybe another in the afternoon. It feels harmless, even comforting. But for many people over 60, this one habit could be slowly clogging the very systems your body depends on to move, think, and heal. These creamers, especially the full-fat and flavored kinds, are often filled with emulsifiers, dairy fats, and chemical thickeners that your aging digestive system can no longer break down the way it used to. After 60, your ability to process saturated fat weakens. Your gallbladder slows. Your liver becomes more sensitive. And when you pour these artificial fats into a hot drink day after day, they quietly start to stiffen your arteries, spike your blood sugar, and reduce blood flow to your legs. If you've ever noticed your ankles puffing up by late afternoon, if your legs feel heavy just walking to the kitchen, this may be part of the reason. And here's the scary part, most people don't just use a splash. They add creamer every time they refill their cup, thinking just a little more won't matter. But that steady drip of fat builds up. It overwhelms your system, especially if your gut is already inflamed or your metabolism has slowed. A recent study even found that seniors who used full-fat dairy creamers regularly had significantly higher inflammation markers and weaker blood flow in the lower limbs. That's not just a number, it's your ability to stand without pain, walk without effort, and stay mobile without fear. If you've been struggling with stiffness, swelling, or that drained, dragging feeling after your morning coffee, your body might be trying to tell you something. It's not about giving up coffee. It's about changing what you mix into it before it changes how you move. Because if something so small can have that much impact, what else might be hiding in your so-called healthy routine? Up next is a fat that wears a superfood label, praised for its health benefits, yet for older adults, it could be silently making your digestion worse and your energy sink even lower. You've probably heard the hype. Chia seeds are loaded with omega-3s, fiber, and plant-based power. And yes, they sound perfect, until they aren't. For younger bodies, chia can be a great addition. But for seniors, it's a different story. Because after 60, digestion slows, stomach acid weakens, and your body simply doesn't handle these superfoods the way it used to. Here's what's really happening. Chia seeds absorb up to 12 times their weight in water. Inside your gut, they swell into a dense gel. And if your digestion is already sluggish or if you're prone to bloating or constipation, that thick paste can create serious traffic jams in your digestive tract. Nutrients can't get through. Fats don't get absorbed properly. And your energy crashes because your system is working overtime just to break down one smoothie. And it gets worse. Most people don't realize that the omega-3s in chia, known as ALA, need to be converted into DHA and EPA before your body can use them. But in seniors, that conversion rate drops below 5%. That means 95% of the so-called good fat you think you're getting goes nowhere. Instead, it ferments. It lingers. It stresses your gut and leaves you wondering why you feel heavy, foggy, or more tired after that healthy breakfast. And if you're combining chia with other seeds, nuts, or fatty ingredients, you're stacking the problem. It's like asking a slowing digestive system to run a marathon with a backpack full of wet cement. So here's a gentle reminder: more doesn't always mean better, especially after 60. Sometimes, scaling back is what brings your body back into balance. If you've been adding chia to everything, your shakes, puddings, or baked snacks, and wondering why your gut feels off, now you know. Hydrate it well. Use it sparingly. And listen to your body's signals. If this part hits home, if you've experienced that unexpected heaviness or bloating after a clean meal, comment 100% below so we know you're part of the Health Reset community. We want to hear from you. And as surprising as chia might be, it's nothing compared to what's coming next. Because the next fat? You've probably been eating it since childhood. It looks lean. It sounds safe. But once it's processed, it turns into one of the most toxic ingredients in your entire diet. Let's talk about breakfast. For many seniors, it's the most comforting meal of the day. Bacon sizzling on the stove. A slice of ham or turkey beside some toast. It feels familiar. It feels safe. But the truth? These breakfast staples may be slowly working against your body's ability to heal, move, and stay energized. Here's why. Most deli meats, sausages, and even low-fat breakfast strips are preserved using nitrates, cured with chemicals, and cooked under extreme heat. And when fat from meat goes through that kind of processing, it doesn't stay the same. It morphs into something toxic, compounds known as lipid oxidation products. These substances don't just sit quietly in your body. They attack the lining of your blood vessels. They increase stiffness in your knees and hips. And they wrap up inflammation across your entire system. Have you noticed feeling heavier after breakfast? Like your energy just dropped instead of rising? That's not just aging. That's your metabolism responding to fat it can't properly break down. In people over 60, these processed fats also slow insulin response, leading to higher blood sugar spikes, more fat stored around the belly and legs, and slower muscle repair after even light activity. Worse, the danger often hides behind labels like lean or light. Pre-cooked turkey strips. Low-fat deli ham. Even those are frequently loaded with altered animal fat that's been smoked, dyed, or chemically preserved. And the impact isn't just felt today. It builds over time. That unexplained swelling in your ankles. The stiffness in your knees after climbing stairs. The shortness of breath when walking up the driveway. It may all be connected. At this stage of life, senior healthcare isn't just about what medications you take, it's about the silent choices you make at the table. And breakfast is one of the most overlooked sources of chronic inflammation. So if this part made you pause, if you've had those mornings where your body just doesn't want to move, comment 100% below. That tells us you're serious about taking charge of your senior healthcare journey. And it helps us know who's truly paying attention. Now, all of that may sound bad, but nothing compares to what's next. It's a food so many people believe is clean, natural, even anti-aging. It's on every meal plan, every wellness blog. But for seniors, it may be silently doing more harm than good. Avocados have become the poster child of clean eating. They're rich, creamy, and packed with healthy fats, right? For younger people with strong digestion and active metabolisms, that might be true. But if you're over 60, your body responds to avocados very differently. Here's what most people don't realize. As we age, the liver slows down. Gallbladder function becomes less efficient. That means your ability to break down dense fats, like those in avocado, declines. And when you eat half or even a whole avocado in one sitting, especially with other fats like eggs, cheese, or oils, your digestive system can get overwhelmed. The result? Bloating that doesn't go away. Fatigue that hits harder after meals. A foggy feeling in your brain that lingers longer than it should. And it's not just a feeling. Studies show that seniors who consume high-fat plant foods daily, especially avocados, have a significantly slower clearance of triglycerides after eating. That means fats stay in your bloodstream longer, stiffening arteries, reducing circulation, and silently taxing your heart and joints. But there's more. Avocados are high in a compound called beta-sitosterol, a plant sterol that mimics cholesterol. In some cases, that might help. But in aging bodies with declining hormone levels, it may actually interfere with testosterone and DHA production, two hormones essential for muscle strength, energy, and mental clarity. And if you're already noticing signs of muscle loss or slower thinking, this interference can make things worse. So does this mean you should ban avocados entirely? Not at all. But portion matters. Timing matters. And so does pairing. For seniors focused on senior healthcare, small servings of avocado, about a quarter of the fruit, a few times a week, can still offer benefits. But the trend of daily avocado toast, loaded with eggs and oil, may be pushing your body into overload without you realizing it. The truth is, when you understand how fat affects your aging body, you gain control not just over your meals, but over how you feel every single day. And if this kind of clarity is helpful for you, if you value real science delivered in a way that makes sense for your stage of life, then go ahead and tap that subscribe button. That way, you won't miss the next phase of this journey, because coming up, we're finally flipping the script. Let's talk about the fats that actually work in your favor. Let's set the record straight, this isn't about coconut oil. And it's not about those sugary flakes sprinkled on desserts. This is about real, whole coconut meat. The white, fleshy part inside the shell. And for seniors looking to restore energy, muscle strength, and hormone balance, it might be one of the most overlooked sources of nutrition in the entire world of senior healthcare. Here's why it matters. Unlike most fats, the ones found in coconut meat are medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs. These fats don't take the usual route through the liver. They bypass the typical digestion process and go straight to your cells, where they're burned as quick, clean energy. That's a game changer if you're over 60 and your metabolism has slowed. It's why so many seniors feel less sluggish and more alert when adding just a small amount of raw or dried coconut to their daily meals. And there's more. Coconut meat naturally supports hormone production, specifically testosterone and DHEA. These hormones are essential for maintaining leg strength, balance, and muscle tone. But after 60, your body makes less of them. That's why even basic movements like standing up, walking stairs, or carrying groceries can feel harder. Coconut doesn't replace these hormones, but it gives your body what it needs to keep producing them on its own. One study found that seniors who ate coconut meat regularly had better walking endurance, improved muscle recovery, and less afternoon fatigue, all without supplements or medications. Just real food, working with your biology. In a world where many seniors are told to fear fat, this is a powerful reminder, not all fats are the same. And when you give your body the right kind, it responds. This is the kind of truth we focus on here at Senior Healthcare, simple, natural steps that make a real difference. And if you've been steering clear of eggs because of old cholesterol fears, you may be holding back the very nutrients your body needs to rebuild strength from the inside out. For years, egg yolks were painted as the enemy, blamed for heart disease, cholesterol, and everything in between. Many seniors were told to toss the yellow and keep only the whites. But science has changed. And the truth? That advice did more harm than good. Because inside that little yolk is a treasure trove of what your aging body truly needs: choline, vitamin D, healthy fats, and lutein. These nutrients are crucial for repairing muscle tissue, supporting brain function, and maintaining your balance. And for seniors focusing on real senior healthcare, this isn't just a bonus, it's essential. Let's talk about choline for a moment. It's the nutrient that helps your nerves fire correctly, especially the ones that tell your muscles when and how to contract. Without enough choline, your legs might feel unsteady, your steps hesitant, and your reaction time slower. You could be eating enough protein and still feel weak, simply because the signal between brain and muscle is fading. Here's the good news: you don't need a dozen eggs a day. Just 2 to 3 whole eggs a week, soft-boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled, can help restore those pathways. And when paired with other nutrient-dense fats like coconut or fish skin, the impact on mobility and recovery can be significant. So if you've been skipping the yolk all these years, it's time to bring it back. Your muscles, your balance, and even your mood may depend on it. If this resonated with you, if you've noticed your legs don't respond like they used to, or your balance feels just a little off, comment 100% below. That tells us you're tuned in and ready to take back control of your body the smart way with real food and real science. Now, get ready, because the next fat we're about to uncover is one that most people literally throw away, not realizing it could be the most powerful source of collagen and joint repair in the entire kitchen. Most people peel it off without a second thought. It's crispy, oily, maybe even a little chewy. But the skin on fish like salmon or mackerel? That's one of nature's most powerful tools for repairing your joints, nourishing your connective tissue, and keeping your legs strong well into your later years. You see, fish skin isn't just fat. It's a natural structure rich in omega-3s, yes, but also packed with collagen, glycine, and elastin. These aren't just buzzwords. These are the exact building blocks your body needs to rebuild tendons, cushion your joints, and bring elasticity back to aging tissue. And unlike powders or capsules, these nutrients come in a form your body immediately recognizes. Studies show that older adults who regularly ate fish with the skin on experience not only better knee mobility, but also less stiffness, fewer aches, and even improved balance. Why? Because the fats and proteins in fish skin work together. They don't just float around in your bloodstream, they're delivered exactly where you need them, into your knees, hips, and muscle membranes. And here's something most people miss. As we age, our collagen production drops sharply. That's why skin starts to sag, joints feel tight, and muscles lose their bounce. But eating fish skin, especially when lightly grilled or baked, gives your body both the collagen and the fat it needs to actually repair itself from the inside out. This isn't about gimmicks. It's about giving your body what it was always designed to thrive on. Real food, real structure, and real support for everything that helps you move. If you've been tossing the skin or scraping it off, now's the time to rethink that habit. Because in the world of senior healthcare, little changes like this, just 2 servings a week, can turn into real, measurable relief. And now, we've arrived at the final fat, the one that may just flip everything you've been told about aging. Because what if the very type of fat you've avoided for decades is exactly what your body has been needing all along? For decades, we were warned, avoid red meat. Cut the fat. Stick to lean. And especially, never eat beef tallow. But now, science is painting a very different picture. And for seniors focused on real, sustainable senior healthcare, this may be one of the most misunderstood, underutilized, and powerful sources of healing fat available. Let's break it down. The natural fat from grass-fed beef, known as tallow, isn't the enemy. When it's cooked slowly and kept whole, it's rich in something called stearic acid. This special fat doesn't raise bad cholesterol. Instead, it helps your mitochondria, the energy engines inside your muscle cells, work better. That's a huge deal. Because after 60, those engines start to slow. And when they do, your legs get weaker, your endurance drops, and even simple walks become exhausting. But with small, regular servings of beef tallow left in the meat, not trimmed away, your body starts to fight back. You regain power in your stride. You recover faster. And you don't crash in the middle of the afternoon like you used to. Tallow also contains conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, a compound shown to reduce inflammation in the knees, support hormone balance, and target visceral fat. That's the deep fat around your organs that drains your energy and puts pressure on your posture and joints. In one clinical trial, seniors who included CLA-rich beef fat in their weekly meals reported less stiffness, more stamina, and a stronger sense of physical control even without adding any extra exercise. And perhaps most importantly, this kind of fat keeps you full. That means fewer sugar cravings, fewer blood sugar dips, and better nighttime recovery for your muscles. It's slow fuel, the kind your body actually knows how to use. So if you've been trimming every bit of fat off your steak or avoiding red meat entirely, it might be time to rethink that habit. Because when it comes to aging strong, this kind of fat isn't a threat, it's a missing piece. You've now seen the worst fats to remove, and the best ones to bring back. But the real transformation? It starts when you stop fearing fat and start choosing the right ones with confidence. Most seniors aren't losing strength because they'd done something wrong. They're losing it because no one ever told them the truth about fat. For years, they were told to fear it, to avoid it, to strip it away from every meal. But what if that advice, repeated over and over, was quietly weakening their legs, their heart, their ability to stay independent? Now, that truth is in your hands. Today, you've learned the difference between the fats that inflame and the fats that heal, between what drains your energy and what restores it. And the power to change? It's not in a pill. It's not in a clinic. It starts at your kitchen table. One change. One better choice. That's how recovery begins. And no, your legs are not done. Your strength isn't gone. Your story isn't over. Not even close. The real question now is, what will you fuel your body with tomorrow morning and every morning after? If this video gave you hope, if it helped you see your body in a new way, then do one more thing for yourself right now. Hit the like button so we know this message matters to you, and tap subscribe to join the Health Reset community. This isn't just a channel. It's a movement for smarter, simpler, science-backed senior healthcare. We've created more videos to guide you step by step on how to restore your energy, reduce pain, and stay strong through every season of life. So don't stop here. Watch the next one. Keep learning. Keep moving. And most of all, thank you for watching. You're not alone in this journey. You're part of something stronger now. This is Health Reset, and we're with you every step of the way.